Good day, everyone. Welcome back to your favorite channel where I tell you about stuff that you like. You like the Hyrox, right? You probably watched the live coverage if you're watching this video, and if you didn't, you can go back and do that. I'll put it in the links. And we already released a video with the men's podium, and now here are the women caught right after the event. I want to do a quick shout out that I did not give the last time that I meant to, and that is for Morgan Schultz. Morgan did not compete. She's an amazing athlete herself, but she was there to root on her buddy Calli, and so she said, I can help you. And so she helped do the live stream, and she also helped with these interviews. Morgan, you rock. I feel like we bonded. Thanks, Morgan, for all your help. And let's get to it. Let's get to fourth place, Calli. Third place, Rachel. Second place, Rebecca. Now, you've seen some of Rebecca's video already. We did a little YouTube, a little Instagram tribute to her with that, but this is the whole interview. And then your winner and champ and new, but again, what do you say? You say and still when they hold the title. You say and new when the new champion, but she's already been the champion before. So what do we say? And new champion, Lauren Weeks. Away we go.
I am Calli Schweikhart. I'm originally from Cold Spring, New York, and moved to Colorado last year. It was great. I came in knowing Rachel, Rebecca, and Lauren were going to be here, and was kind of gunning for fourth, and fourth was kind of my win, and that's what happened. Felt really strong and PR'd a lot of the stations, so can't really ask for more. I'm really happy with it. So my previous best was like 1:15:23, and honestly when I was running I thought I was going to be way ahead of that just by how I felt, and my station times I take like splits and I was going faster. I ended up being like 40 seconds off of that, but in terms of how I felt, it felt even better than the last time. I kind of ran the race by myself because the top three were a little bit in a league of their own, and then behind me was a little bit back, so I didn't really have like any gauge. So yeah, I kind of just ran what felt good to keep my fourth spot, and it felt good. So
is it hard though? Were you nervous like they might be right behind me?
Yeah, so I hate when people are close behind me. So I don't mind running the race by myself. I definitely am keeping an eye on people as I'm running around and seeing if, say for example, the lunges, when I was about 3/4 of the way through, the next girl came through. So I'm looking at my watch like, oh, that's about 2.5 minutes in. So that gives me a little bit of a mental like relief, like, okay, that's a lot of time, even though they seem so close. But yeah, it's definitely nerve-wracking. You have to like keep on your toes. I don't want to like slack off because I feel like I have a gap.
How do you compare this and obstacle racing, like for you as an athlete? Like,
it's interesting. I love Spartan and like those kind of races. It's totally different because the strength required it's a whole nother level. So for me, being more of a power athlete in the past and being a bigger person compared to the women I'm racing against, I love like the heavier sleds, like the heavier farmers carries, lunges and stuff like that. I think it kind of evens out the field a little bit more. But I think we were talking about this too at the beginning. You see people of all different levels, ages, ranges that come to Spartans. You can do it for fun. This is really hard to do for fun. You need to have a baseline level of fitness, which is interesting. And it's really cool, but the crowd it attracts is like definitely a level up just because the baseline is a lot harder, I think. It's just different, but really, if you like being outside, it's probably not gonna be your cup of tea, but it's a cool challenge.
Do you think if there were a bunch more of these, like you might focus on this full time and not OCR as much?
Considering how the past couple have gone, kind of, yeah, like I would love to focus on this more. The events are limited, so that's what's been tough.
Right.
Me and Morgan also want to go for the doubles women's record at one point, so yes. So because of the limited options, we've had trouble picking an event for that. But yeah, no, I would love for them to have more because yeah, this event kind of feels like home for me a little bit. So today is my birthday, yes, 25.
Is this the best birthday ever?
It is probably, yes, the best birthday ever. So woke up to a plethora of messages from all my closest friends. I get the best card from Morgan and the best coffee ever, like a Conscious Cup, amazing, shout out. And then to do, I think I exceeded my expectations for this race. I just felt really good. It never felt like a struggle, like I was dying. And to place where I was and to keep those people in sight like I was, yeah, I can't really ask for anything more, so I'm very excited.
Second question, are you going to break the world record this year?
We are going for that world record, yes. We need to get it, for sure. We were so close, and I feel like with our progression, I feel like we could be in a different place to try and snap that record. Finally.
What are you going to be doing with the money that you win today?
Oh God, I don't know. I always forget about the money. Let's see. I'm practical. I save a lot, and then probably treat myself to maybe some nice athletic gear. Starbucks, yes. Coffee, yes.
Rachel Schreiber from Fort Knox, Kentucky. Louisville, Kentucky.
How'd it go today?
Not the race I wanted, but I powered through. I mean, not an excuse, but injury happened in the first lap. My IT band just kind of locked up, got super tight, and I thought it would loosen up. I thought, hey, maybe it's just a fluke. Just got tighter and tighter and tighter. But I managed to finish the race, and that's a win for the day.
I just assumed that it was like, oh, well, she's just been doing the games, and she's probably just like.
Oh no, my body was ready to go. I felt, before the race started, I was ready, I was determined, my body felt good. I don't know if it was overtraining, too much going on, what happened, but the IT band, yeah, just super tight, and then it was on the same side as those like really sharp turns were, so every turn it was just like a shooting pain up down my whole leg. Yeah, it sucked. Sucked.
So was your thing like, okay, I just have to hang on and make the podium today?
No, I mean, I'm not a quitter. I wasn't going to give up. I knew if they'd have to take me out in an ambulance if they wanted me to get off that course. But I was worried about the lunges. I thought I would get to the lunges and I would have to pull out. I just didn't think there was any way that my knee and my whole leg would hold on for those. But mine never matter, and finished. Yeah.
What do you got next?
Some really nice, needed off time.
And then nothing for a long time.
No, we have big impact games coming up with the U.S. Army Warrior Fitness Team in the end of September. It's in Wisconsin. It's kind of a big CrossFit super team type thing for $10,000. So that's the next.
All right, good to see you.
You too. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Morgan.
I'm Rebecca Hammond. I am from California. I am generally very pleased with my performance. My only kind of regret is settling for second. Second is a very comfortable place for me, and in the wall balls, I definitely was like just far enough behind Lauren where I was like, I don't have to try and do this unbroken, you know? Wall balls are something where I always can kind of go on, like I can always really push it, but it is like death, and so I was just a little bit settly, and that was a disappointment for me. But other than that, like I'm very pleased. I was way stronger in the sled pull, which was my weakest. Like I felt great pulling that sled. Pushing, I still felt weak, but I did my best, so I don't regret that. Running, I might have been able to push harder. I'm not sure. I have to look at all the splits. But yeah, like I'm pleased. I mean, it was a PR, you know. I'm happy. I mean, goal was to break the world record, but yeah, I actually wasn't even sure what the world record was. I looked it up this morning and then I forgot. Like at the end, Lauren was like, "What was the world record? Did I break it?" I was like, "I don't know." But yeah, so that was the goal. But I definitely wanted to PR, and I did. I PR'd by over a minute, so that's great. Yeah.
So is this your last race, or are we going to see you again?
So I missed my first day of residency at Stanford for this race. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna cry. Yeah, so this is probably my last race. But I'm gonna miss it so much. Like it's been so fun.
What do you think you'll miss the most?
I mean, I have to say the people. I have to say that. Just kidding. I'm gonna miss the people, but I'm gonna miss this, like the after race feels. Like it's, you know.
It's okay.
Pre-race is always really tough, but it like adds perspective to life just because like you feel, you know, it feels so real. Like I feel so nervous that everything else feels like, you know, more relaxed. Like before this race, I was just thinking about residency and I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to start residency. It's gonna be so nice, like relaxed, low key, even though obviously it's gonna be really hard. But races do that. They like give you this other perspective. Like I feel like, you know, back when we were cavemen and women, like we were constantly dealing with life and death situations. And now we don't. And so for some of us, like people who kind of cruise along with their moods, like they're okay in that situation. But for me, And I think people like Matt, I think you're the same way. Like without those ups and downs, it can be really hard because like you're going up and down and you're like the world is just cruising by. Like you need something extreme. And so races have really been that for me. I'll probably be back and compete. Like, I mean, you see how emotional I'm getting. Like I love this. But yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm Lauren Weeks and I live in Salt Lake City.
Lauren, I asked you what the difference was this time, and you said it's because I wasn't expected to win.
There's a lot less pressure this time, yeah, which is nice.
But if you're going to be the champion, there's going to be pressure because now you're the champion again.
I know, and now I have to go into it with pressure again, so we'll see how the next race goes.
Do you feel like you're learning to get better at it though?
A little bit. I know that, like, especially in this type of race, I have to kind of stay in my own lane. It's so mental, but a lot of times I fall really far behind on the sleds, and then it's just a grind to try and catch back up.
So you led for almost this whole race.
For a lot of it, I think in the beginning I was behind. Yeah.
But I mean, once we got going, by I think the third station, right?
Yeah, but honestly not by a lot. It wasn't a big lead, so like I knew that they were pretty close behind, that they could make up that gap.
When you were in the lead though, pretty like comfortably, how conscious of you of how far people are behind you? Do you like drop down a gear? Like how do you stay focused?
No, I tried to keep pushing because I know how fast, especially Rebecca is, and she's gonna make up time on every run. She's significantly better than me at the farmer carry. Like there were a lot of things coming up that she could put time on me, so I had to push the whole time. I couldn't relax, yeah.
But you've now proved yourself to be like multiple time champion at this race, so you're gonna have to get used to being number one, dude.
Sometimes, I mean, I'll have good days and I'll have bad days, and I mean, that's just kind of life, so I had a good day today, yeah.
What is next for you?
I am doing the Utah Spartan, so I signed up for the rest of the National Series, Spartan Series.
And what is your goal there?
See where I'm gonna end up. Honestly, I have no idea. I don't know. It's new to me.
You've done OCRs though, right?
A couple. I did the Montana recently, the Montana Beast.
And how did that go?
I took second. And then I've done like TMX 3 or 4 years ago now. And that's about it. So not too many of them, yeah.
All right, well, good job today.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How are you going to spend your winnings?
I'm in school, so it's going straight to nursing school.
There you have it. Thank you so much for watching. If you are a fan of these videos, I'd love it if you subscribe and link and like and love and do all the things that we ask you to do. Also, support us on Patreon. That's right. You, for just as little as a couple of bucks a month, can contribute and help this machine roll. You will get early access to things. You will get a special Discord channel. We've got an all-new Strava group we launched. We're giving away free stuff through that if you like to do the running of the things. So go ahead and hop on that. But you should know that you do, in fact, help me feed my family, keep the machine running, and I love you for it. Love you, miss you, mean it. I got to run.